Hello, in this channel I cover celebrities and their rides. If you have a celebrity that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below. In today's video, I'm going to show you the luxury cars in Ralph Lauren's car collection. As a New York City born American fashion designer, Ralph Lauren has built one of the world's most successful fashion empires by focusing on the affluent American lifestyle he grew up in. Ralph Lauren was born Ralph Reuben Lifshitz in New York City on October the 14th, 1939. Lauren grew up in America, although his parents were immigrants. When he and his brother became teens, they changed their surnames to Lauren. After high school, he went to night school for business and worked as a salesman during the day. As an employee of a tie firm, he was inspired to start designing ties for himself, and in 1967 launched his own company, focusing on men's ties. Lauren's concept was immediately popular, and his label quickly evolved into an empire. Seeing how his clothing was associated with a specific lifestyle, he expanded his firm into home goods in 1983, eventually incorporating pillows, throws, bed and bath products, furniture and household paint. By the 1990s, he'd earned global acclaim for both his shops and his brand name. In 2015, he resigned as CEO of the Ralph Lauren Corporation, but remained executive chairman and chief creative officer. Among his various honours are Lifetime Achievement Award back in 1991, Women's Wear Designer of the Year back in 1995, and Menswear Designer of the Year 1996-2007 from the Council of Fashion Designers of America, as well as the Fashion Legend Award in 2007. He was given the Legion of Honor by a French government in 2010 and the Smithsonian's Institution's James Smithson Bicentennial Medal in 2014. Lauren was also named Honorary Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire in 2019, making him the first American fashion designer to acquire this distinction. Most don't know Lauren is also a humanitarian and a successful businessman. Lauren has a net worth of over $6 billion, according to Forbes. With a net worth like that, why wouldn't he have a large collection of unique cars? These are the cars Ralph Lauren has. Number 1. Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic Coupe. Of the 4 Type 57 SC Atlantic Coupes ever built, only 3 are still in existence today. He went suddenly shortly after receiving the 4th one. Third, owned by Ralph Lauren, is situated in New York City. The car's aluminium body was developed in a teardrop shape by the French car maker to keep it light. Due to its top speed of 123 miles an hour and the fact that it was manufactured by Bugatti in 1902, it is generally referred to as the first supercar. In 2010, one of these incredibly rare items sold for about $40 million at an auction. Number 2. A 1930 Mercedes-Benz SSK Count Trossi. Another unusual piece of Lauren's collection in this 1930 Mercedes-Benz SSK, which was built as a one-off commission for Count Trossi, an Italian car maker and racing driver who died in a vehicle accident back in 1929. According to reports, less than 40 of these automobiles were produced. Low throttle allows the car to run naturally aspired, even though it is powered by a supercharged 7.1-litre inline-six engine under the hood. When you press the gas pedal and open the throttle, the blower comes to life with a resounding roar of its own. Number 3. A 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. Lauren also owns a rare 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, which was built between 1962 and 1964, the homologation into the FIA's Group 3 Grand Touring Car class. Indeed, GTO is an abbreviation for Gran Turismo Omologato. The 250 in the car's name alludes to the engine's displacement. A Ferrari is powered by a 250 CUI V12 engine, producing little over 300 brake horsepower. Only 36 of these Ferraris were constructed during their 2-year manufacturing run, including 33 with 1962 and 1963 bodywork for Series 1, and just 3 with 1964 bodywork for Series 2. 4 of the Series 1 vehicles received Series 2 bodywork. One of these Ferrari 250 GTO cars was privately sold for $70 million, making it the most costly vehicle in Loren's collection. Number 4. Ferrari 375 Plus. The Ferrari 375 Plus, which is one of just 5 known to exist in the world, is also part of Loren's collection of automobiles. Taking into consideration the fact that an identical Ferrari 375 Plus sold at auction for $18.3 million in 2014, this example represents yet another significant addition to his collection. The triumphs of this vintage Ferrari in significant races, such as the 24-hour Le Mans, the Carrera Panamericana, the 621 miles of Buenos Aires, and the Agadir Grand Prix, and the Silverstone Grand Prix underlined the car's superiority. The Lamborghini V12 engine, which generates 325 brake horsepower, is at the core of this Italian beauty's mechanical system. Number 5. McLaren F1. Ralph Lauren not only owns one McLaren F1, but 2. From 1992 through 1998, just 106 F1s were manufactured, and the design was well ahead of its time. It's hard to imagine this automobile is over 30 years old when it seems so current. The BMW S70/2 V12 engine produces 618 brake horsepower and 479 pounds per square feet of torque, and is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. In 1998, the McLaren F1 became the world's fastest production automobile, achieving 240.1 miles an hour. Number 6. 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder. The 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder is also owned by Loren. During the 3-year production period of the German sports automobile, just 90 of these vehicles were made. The 550 proved to be a formidable competitor on the racetrack. The first race the automobile ever competed in was the Eiffel race at the Nuremberg Ring in May of 1953. The car's success continued as it consistently occupied one of the top 3 positions. Power is sent to the rear wheels via a 4-speed manual transmission, which is mated to an aluminium inline-4 with a natural aspirated engine. This Porsche race vehicle was no slouch either, with a peak speed of 140 miles an hour. Number 7. 1955 Jaguar XKD. A 1955 Jaguar XKD is also part of Ralph Lauren's collection. Le Mans showed this factory-built race car's worth in 1957 when it snatched 5 of the first 6 places. 3 Weber 45 DC03 carburetors adorn the 3,442cc DOHC inline 6, powered by a 4-speed manual transmission. This luxurious Jaguar produces 250 brake horsepower. It had an independent front suspension, a live rear access trailing link, 4-wheel disc brakes, and a transverse torsion bar on the Jag D chassis. Number 8. 1958 Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa Spyder. In 1958, Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa Spyder is another superb specimen in Loren's extensive collection. This Ferrari model was designed for road racing and features a V12 engine. This 58 Ferrari was once thought to be the lightest and most aerodynamic race vehicle ever built. Because this model is so rare, you may never see one in the wild. In 2011, a prototype chassis for one of these automobiles sold for more than $16 million at auction. It was only ever produced in 34 of these Ferrari 250 Testarossas. Number 9. McLaren P1. This McLaren P1 is a contemporary plug-in hybrid supercar that Loren has in his collection. The P1 debuted at the Paris Motor Show back in 2012 and went on to sail in the UK in October of the same year. In November, all 375 of these vehicles had already been purchased. According to The Telegraph, the fashion icon bought this specific McLaren to drive and not collect. In only 2.8 seconds, this high-performance vehicle can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour and reaches a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Who wouldn't want to cruise around town in a 900 brake horsepower McLaren P1? Number 10. Jaguar XKSS. Another vintage Jaguar from Loren's collection is on display here. It's a street variant of the Jaguar D-type race vehicle, the Jaguar XKSS. In 1956, the company decided to stop racing their D-types to focus on making more practical vehicles for everyday use. While 25 XKSS models were supposed to be built at the Brown Lanes facility, only 16 were finished when a fire broke out. Almost all of the remaining stock was lost by the fire. The final 9 XKSS reproductions were constructed by Jaguar. The Green Rat that Steve McQueen had and dubbed the Green Rat is now on display at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, California, as interesting information about the automobile. Number 11. McLaren F1 LM. This F1 LM is yet another McLaren in Loren's collection. This model was created as a homage to the 5 McLaren F1 GTRs that won the 1995 24-hour Le Mans endurance event, as well as the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 15th places. A normal F1 chassis is used for the LM, which stands for Le Mans. It is based on the McLaren F1 GTR. As a result of these extensive alterations, the vehicle was certified roadworthy. This automobile was one of just 6 made, with 5 going to paying customers. Number 12. Lamborghini Reventon. The ultra-rare Lamborghini Reventon is an obvious choice among Ralph Lauren's collection of exotic vehicles. Inspired by the quickest aircraft or fighter jets, this mid-engine supercar was designed. The 6.5-litre V12 engine from the Murcielago LP640 powers the automobile. The Reventon reached a peak speed of 221 miles per hour during testing in the United Arab Emirates. The Lamborghini Museum received an extra model in addition to the original 20 constructed. Number 13. Jaguar XK120 Alloy Roadster. Loren's collection of antique treasures also includes this slender Jaguar XK120 Alloy Roadster. When the automobile was built, it was capable of a peak speed of 120 miles an hour, making it a noteworthy achievement. This Jaguar used to be the quickest production automobile in the world. Only 120 instances of the aluminium-bodied model were produced before the steel switch. Alloy variants are now worth more than the steel counterparts. Number 14. LaFerrari. The LaFerrari, whose name translates to the Ferrari, was designed to be the pinnacle of the hypercar food chain. Italian car maker Fiat Chrysler Automobiles is the first to produce a vehicle using high KERS, a technology that combines both electric and gasoline engines. The electric engine in the LaFerrari produces over 150 CVs, and the car's V12 is capable of producing up to 800 CVs. With this gleaming black paint, Ralph Lauren's LaFerrari is a one-of-a-kind exemplar. Number 15. Porsche 918 Spyder. As far as Ralph Lauren is concerned, he has 2 of the Porsche 918 Spyder plug-in hypercars. Powered by a 4.6-litre V8 engine that produces 599 brake horsepower and 2 electric motors that provide a further 282 brake horsepower, this magnificent Porsche 918 Spyder is a veritable powerhouse. In total, this German beauty is capable of producing 875 brake horsepower with a peak speed of 217 miles per hour. This hypercar can go from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Here's an inspiring quote from the star of this video. Ralph Lauren said, "Don't be today's look, be a timeless look. Don't try to be yesterday's news." No need to explain here, pretty self-explanatory. Thank you for watching this episode. If you want to see other celebrity car collections, let me know in the comments below. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this video and channel, since that'll help us make more content like this for you to enjoy.